Hey everybody. Ciao. Salut tout le monde. Hola. Guten Abend. How are you all? Welcome. It's good to see you all here. I'll wait until a few more of you have a chance to join before we really get started. But it's nice to see you. Hi, Florine. Coucou, Lucy. I see you. And ciao, Alessandra. Ciao, Gabri. Elena. I see all of you coming in. This is nice to see. There's Gugu, Caroline, or Caroline, I don't know. Camille. Salute, Camille. Hi, Rose. Okay, hi. There's Karen. Hi, Karen. Guten Abend. Yeah, so welcome everybody to the 15th Mika Fan Club Instagram Live. I checked this week. It is actually the 15th. And believe it or not, it is day 111 of this whole lockdown quarantine experience for me. My husband and I, the last time we went out to dinner to see friends was on March 12th. So I figured it out today, and it's 111 days. It's a crazy to think it's been that long. But we have been able to get out a little bit. I got my hair cut, and I went to the dentist yesterday, which felt like such a treat. Normally I would be dreading it, but I was actually excited to go. And I've noticed over the last few weeks that there are fewer of you coming in to join, and I hope that means things are getting better for you as well, that you are out doing things and the weather's nice and you're wearing your masks and socially distancing and all of that, but maybe not having to rely so much on this kind of contact. Yeah, Rose is very observant, and she said, are there more things? I just actually moved things around behind me there. I just kind of thought I'd shake things up and show off a few other different things. So yeah, it's not more, it's just different and things in different places. So thanks for noticing. Because I do make an effort. I try to keep it visually interesting for all of you. And let's see, I see. Hi, Angela. Hi, Emmy. Who else has popped in? A lot of you have popped in. That's great. Lara, hi. Sigrid. I don't think I've ever seen that name before. Hi, Sigrid. Viviana. Celine. Salute, Celine. Yeah, so I guess we can kind of get started. I like to start everything every week by wishing everybody who's celebrating birthday, happy birthday. Again, I hope that you're able to have a more normal birthday celebration, a little bit scaled back maybe from usual, but maybe better than it was 2 or 3 months ago. Anyhow, and I would like to be able to share some Mika news with you, but I'm not sure that anything I have to tell you is really news. If you've been paying attention to social media, you would have seen that the X Factor judges apparently had a gathering last night. I guess sort of a party to kick off the 2020 season of X Factor. And I know there were a lot of comments about how they weren't socially distancing or wearing masks. And I'm hoping that they've all been quarantining in advance of this, and they've all been tested, and so that they are all, safe and able to hang out together as closely as they were. But that aside, that does mean that X Factor is going to be starting to film, and though it may be a few months before we see anything on the TV screen, I'm sure that they'll be doing promotion and press to get ready for the season. So hopefully that means we'll be seeing a little bit more of Mika in the news. Also, you may have seen tiny little tidbit of news. Mika, well, Universal and Mika today, I guess, he put out his Pride playlist on Spotify. So if you want to see what songs he put together for his Pride playlist, it's quite eclectic. And there's quite a few Mika songs in there too, which is good. It's on Spotify, and Mika's account on Spotify is Mika Sounds. What other Mika news do we have? Not too much, I don't think. Not yet, anyway. Somebody's asking about the French festival that's supposed to come up in September. I still have not heard anything concrete about that. So I don't know if that's really going to happen. I know the festival is selling tickets and they're promoting it as though Mika will be there. But his team has not announced anything officially. So I can't officially confirm that yet. Emmy noticed my flower back there. Yeah, it's a gardenia, and it actually originally was white, but as it's gotten a couple days older, it's turned a little bit yellow, but it still smells gorgeous. And so yeah, it does kind of remind you of San Remo, the place with the yellow flowers. Let's see, I've lost my place on all the comments here. No, that's okay, Miriam. Miriam is the one who asked about the festival. I did talk about it before last week, but I don't know anything new to tell you this week. Unfortunately, we just sort of have to sit here and, with our fingers crossed, and hope that we get some confirmation sometime soon. Renaud is Florine's brother. Oh, salute, Renaud. Nice to see you here. Let's see. What else can I tell you? We talked a little bit last week, if you were here, about whether it was unusual for Mika to not be very active on social media. And I tried to explain to you that this is not unusual at all. Mika has frequently in the past disappeared for months, and we've all, suffered through our Mika drought. And I was looking for something the other night, a photo or something, for Throwback Thursday or something, and I ran across an old blog that he had written that had been on his website right before or shortly before the Origin of Love album came out, where we hadn't heard anything from him for quite a long time. And I'll try to share just a part of it with you so you can see. If you look, I guess it's like the third paragraph on this page here. It might be too small for you to read, but he does say, that the hiding was worth it, and he doesn't regret it at all. And so I thought that would just sort of confirm for you that this is not unusual. This is pretty typical. And as Mika fans, we do learn patience while we're waiting for him to introduce us to the next big thing. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I thought it might be interesting. I see, Maxime is here. Hi, Maxime. Let's see, Camille says, is that the blog from LA? I think so. I think that's how it started, that he says he's in LA and it was raining. I don't have the whole blog in front of me here, so I can't. I think so. I think you're right, Camille. He talked about the whole journey, the whole process of putting together the Origin of Love album. And so, and he described how he went from you know, Montreal to New York to LA to Miami to back to Montreal to, you know, all over just for like almost a year, bouncing back and forth to put that album together. And during all that time, we heard very little from him. I mean, it was very, what we would say, sporadic, you know, maybe one thing every 6 weeks or something. So, yeah. So let's see. Oh, hi from China, Alicia Penniman, 6. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. My goodness. Well, welcome. I hope I make this worth your staying up so late. Because, yeah, wow. I'm a night owl, and I'm usually up at 2 a.m. my time. But, yeah, surprising to see somebody here from there. Thanks. So, welcome. I wanted to mention that... Oh, Angela says, how did we service that drought? It's tough sometimes, you know. You lose, you lose heart, right? Because you think, what's happened? Where is he? And you lose that connection that is kind of important for fans to feel, right? You need to feel connected to the person you're following. So it's hard, yeah. So that's why. We do things like this, and we, you know, try to have some competitions on the forum, and we try to, you know, stay in touch that way, and sort of lift each other up. So, yeah. Let's see here. I wanted to mention that next Wednesday, I may not do one of these at all. Or I may shift it to either Tuesday or Thursday. I have some things coming up on Wednesday that I can't move around. So watch for time change next week, and also watch for a watch party on Facebook. I didn't get to do one this week, but I will do one next week. And I'm putting that video together. It's almost done. And it'll be interesting to see what you think when we do it. But I will give you notice about that once I figure out exactly what day I'm going to do that on. Emmy, I think it was here, asked about progress on the Mika Fan Club yearbook. It's moving along. I'm slowly working on it. A lot of it's down to me because I am... trying to do too many other things, I think, and I need to focus and finish it. But I do know that we don't have the cover art finished yet. So if anybody has been working on the yearbook cover, I think Mellody, Karen, is coordinating that. And I'm going to have Karen come in here and talk in a few minutes, and she can talk about what's happening with the cover and maybe encourage a few people to... if you owe her anything, maybe get it to her. Someone, fan page Mika is saying, what is my favorite song? Yeah, I keep getting asked that, and as I say all the time, it changes from day to day. You know, like yesterday, I think I listened to San Remo maybe 15 or 20 times in a row. I just put it on and just was in that kind of mood and just played it over and over and over again. It's one of my very, very favorites. But, you know, I love Promised Land, and I love Stardust, and I love, it's just, it's too hard to choose. It's, you know, like picking a favorite child or whatever. So, yeah, I'm sorry I can't answer that definitively. What's your favorite song? I like to hear what other people find is their favorite. Yes, and Renaud says, Mika said he was quiet now, but he'll sing louder next time when he gets a chance. So, yeah. And somebody wants an update about Mika's birthday, Laura. We are doing 2, in case you haven't heard, we do 2 projects for Mika's birthday. One is a Mika art book that Anne, who is known as Crazy About Mika, on the forum and on social media. I think she's coordinating that. It's an art book dedicated to the My Name is Michael Holbrook album, and every song on the album is going to have a story and drawings dedicated to it, and she's working on that. And then the other thing that we do is we make a donation in Mika's name to the UN Refugee Agency, but I will not start collecting for that until later, probably toward the end of this month, because Mika's birthday is, as you probably know, August 18th. So we usually collect donations for several weeks up until his birthday, and then we make the donation on his birthday. So that's just a very quick update on what's happening with that. Let's see here. I'm trying not to say let's see as much. When I watch back to some of these old ones, I keep hearing myself say let's see. Well, Emmy says one of her favorites is Love You When I'm Drunk. It's a great song. I don't know why that didn't get like more radio play. That's just such a fun song. But One Foot Boy is a great song. Yeah. At the time when that album came out, One Foot Boy was the song that I would play in a continuous loop. If I was in the car, I would just play it over and over till I got where I was going. So there's Eloise. Hi, Eloise. Staring at the Sun is also a great song. Yeah. Okay. One more thing before I get Karen in here. I just wanted to mention, if you looked on our Instagram account, well, and on Twitter, I think I put it on. Today is the 5-year anniversary of Mika performing on Good Morning America here in the U.S. In Central Park in New York City. And I was lucky enough to be there for that. And I posted some pictures on Instagram and Twitter from that day. And it was a really fun day, even though we had to get up at, like 4 o'clock in the morning to get to Central Park by, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. And then, of course, it's a whole morning of waiting and waiting and waiting while they film. But it was really a lot of fun. A bunch of us got together for dinner the night before, and Mika very kindly sent us champagne to help us celebrate that night. And then the next day, after the performance was over, after the show was over, we got taken backstage and got to meet with him and get a few pictures taken. And if you didn't check out our Instagram, I do have, I thought I had a few pictures of that. Oh, they have vanished. Oh, I thought I did. Well, you'll have to check our Instagram to see. I do have I have a video you can see. Like, this is just a few seconds of the video from that day. It was Talk About You. I think you can hear it. I hope you can hear it. And anyway, you can see it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of people there, and they had given us stars to wave while Mika was performing, and that was a lot of fun. So anyway, I won't bore you with that, but look on our Instagram. We have a few pictures there. And hi, Corinne. I see Corinne has come in, and welcome. And let's see what else. I think that's about all I wanted to talk to you about. Just, here, unless you have any questions. Every week I ask on Instagram story if anybody has questions, and this week nobody had a single question. And I don't know if that means that you're bored with us or you just know everything you need to know. So, that would be a good thing. But anyway, if you have, Camille, I don't know how you got one of those stars. That's funny. If anybody has any questions right now, please feel free to ask. I will try to, sometimes the screen goes by kind of quickly and I can't get them all, but please do please do ask if you have any questions now. And otherwise, I'm going to bring Karen in. She's Mellody on the Mika fan club. And we are going to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that you can find on the Mika fan club forum. And somebody's saying maybe you don't know how to ask the questions on the Instagram story. Well, you could just type me a question right here then. How long? I've been a fan since January of 2007, so I'm an old timer, Martha. Yeah, I've been around a while, so as you can see. Florin asks, do I keep my concert tickets? The answer is yes, I do. I have several. Whoops. I have several here. I don't think I've ever gotten Mika to sign one though. No, I don't have any signed tickets, but I do keep them. I'm a hoarder. I keep a lot of stuff. So, yeah. Martha says she's been a fan since the first album. Well, then you're a long timer as well. Okay. Corinne says she has several of the stars. I don't have any here. I think I still have one, or I may have given them all away. I don't know. You may have more than I do, because I think I might have given them all away. I did get Mika to sign a couple, and I know that I gave them away a while ago. Yeah. Do I ever talk to Mika? Well, I have spoken to him. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to meet him several times, and yeah, I have spoken to him. Most recently when he did the Instagram Live here with us a couple weeks ago. Martha, if you haven't seen that, you should look on our IGTV and go back a couple weeks, and you'll see that Mika actually joined in with us and talked to us for 45 minutes or so. So, ciao Giuseppe, ciao, benvenuto. Okay, I am going to bring Karen in if she's ready. I hope you're ready, Karen. And I hope we can connect. Okay, there she is. Here she is, I hope. While we're waiting to connect, Davide says, there she is.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Were you ready?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
What's that?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I hope you were ready. I hope I didn't catch you unprepared.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I was
Good.
I was ready, yes.
Okay. So we are going to talk about the forum a little bit, and maybe try to show everybody how it works, and talk about a gig thread, and try to bring the conversation from the forum to here, and see if people would like to talk about it, right? Yeah.
I'm just trying to read the comments. And hi, everyone.
Yeah, that's
So
I know
Rose,
that's hard. It's
Saskia, Miriam, hi.
Yeah, it is. It's hard when you're trying to have a conversation and your brain's going in one direction, but then you're also trying to process.
Yes.
I saw somebody ask, do I think there's a difference between the oldest fans and the newest fans, or the youngest fans? And
Yeah, we are older.
yeah, really. Really. That's it. That is it. I think there's probably a difference in and yeah, it's a question of whether are we old as far as age, or are we old as far as having been here, following Mika for a long time. I think if you've been following him for a long time, you probably like different things than if you just discovered him. If you just discovered him, maybe you're, more excited about what's happening right now. Whereas if you've been
Mhm.
following him for a while, you sort of have a bigger canvas or a bigger
Mhm.
context. So,
And someone asked who I am, and I'm also moderator on the Mika fan club, and I've also been a fan of him since 2007. Been following him a lot.
yes.
I'm from Germany. I live near Munich in Germany, so that's me. Hello.
How many times do you think you've seen Mika? You've seen him so many
Uh,
times.
I've counted recently because I have it in my MFC signature. That's like my keeping track of my gigs and of the gigs I've been to. I've got that on my signature, and it's 89 times now.
Oh my God.
That includes like stuff like when I've met him somewhere or at the Voice when I've been to the Voice to see him. But you get a lot of chances in Europe, of course.
Right.
So it's easy to travel to places, and well, I have to travel because he doesn't come to Germany anymore. So I travel and I take the chances I can get.
Right. Well, and I often think if I was in Europe, I'm sure I would be doing the same thing. But he just
Mhm.
doesn't. Well, like you said, it's harder to get around in the U.S. And he doesn't come here as often. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. Well, that's okay. I've
But
traveled.
you got this nice acoustic tour in 2013. I couldn't go there, and I'm still a bit jealous because that was really special.
It was a good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, everyone has their. Also, I think the gigs in Asia are really special. Always, I've never been to one of these, and also the ones in Australia that he did earlier this year. They also sounded really special, and so every area gets special things, and well,
Right.
yeah. So
I would have
everyone is
loved.
lucky in their own
Yeah, I would have loved to have
um,
seen
way.
Australia. So somebody is asking, Martha here is asking, which song is your favorite? I just answered, but
Yeah,
what is
Tiny Love.
Tiny Love?
Tiny,
Oh,
because I never was sure. I always said Love Today because it's one of my favorite live songs, always very energetic. But when I heard Tiny Love, it was clear to me that is my favorite Mika song because it's just wonderful. It has everything.
it's true.
And
It's a wonderful
yeah,
song. Yeah. So how can I,
I mean, I love the whole all of his songs and especially the whole new album. There's no song on there that I skipped. That is really rare.
yeah.
Um, yeah, also like Dear Jealousy, but I think Tiny Love is my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really, as soon as you say one song, it's like, oh yeah, I should have said that. I should have said Tiny Love. Or oh no, I should have said Paloma. I love Paloma. I should have said, so it's really hard. Yeah. Someone
No,
is,
I think
oh,
it's
go ahead.
okay. I can decide for Tiny Love. Yes.
Someone's saying, can we please talk about how underrated, overrated is? Um,
I
I,
only like the original one.
oh, really? You don't
The-
like well, what
No,
about,
I don't like because it's so yeah, love is overrated and this kill me quickly and stuff like that. It's just I don't like it.
uh,
It's not. I mean, it was his mood at that time, so
mhm.
I understand that what he made of the song. But I like the original. And there's one line in the original where he sings, "Paint me in a color that you swear you've never seen before," and that was one of my favorite lyric lines ever because it's really beautiful. And so I don't really like what he made out of that song, but
I
okay.
really like it much better. They have the acoustic version of that song on The Origin of Love. I
That's
like
true. That's better.
I like
Yes.
that much better, and I would love to hear that live. But I agree with you that yeah, the original was yeah, special. We were also anxious to hear what he would do with that because it was different. Yeah. Someone's asking, what does Mika smell like in real life? um, I can't say that I've really noticed. I did notice one time. I did smell. He had a fragrance on that I thought I recognized. Um, but yeah, I can't say that I'm like so thinking of other things when he's standing right there in front of me, like how to
Yeah,
form.
I did smell. I did smell it. His shirt. It was like starch.
Oh.
His shirt, the washing detergent. When he was in Strasbourg, he was climbing over the barrier for Bickel, right where I stood, and so he stood there on the barrier right in front of me for a bit, and there I smelled, but it only smelled his shirt, so didn't smell anything else. I think. Yeah, he never smells like sweat, although he's sweating a lot at the gigs. I don't know how he does that, but
That's
yeah.
funny. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I can't say that I've ever. I'm usually so struggling to think of what I want to say that I'm not really thinking about anything else like that. So,
Yeah, that was good at the concert because I didn't have to say anything there.
yeah, yeah. Someone has said a couple times that they love Davide. Do I say Davide or David? I also think Stardust is beautiful, one of the best in terms of text and melody. But right now he's listening a lot to Underwater. Well, those are both two of my favorites. So.
Next time we meet him, we have to smell that. Excuse me, Mika, can you come here, please?
Just bend down a little bit here. Yeah, no, I don't think so. So, oh well. But anyway, I we had talked, you and I had talked a little bit about trying to talk about the Strasbourg gig
Hmm.
and show people how we because a lot of people, I think, have gotten away from using the forum format because they're using Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or whatever to have their conversations, and maybe they don't know how to use the forum as
Hmm.
much, or maybe they don't think it's as useful. But I thought, we could sort of uh, bring some of the forum in here and then talk about it. Somebody's asking, after 89 times, do you still have the same feeling when you see him?
It's different. It's different. At the first times, I was very nervous, very excited, and um, I don't know. At the beginning, I didn't say much, and then there was a time when I said too much, always talk too much or just rubbish, and now I think it has gotten quite normal to talk to him, and at least on the last tour, it was. And then also, since this tour, I'm not really interested anymore in getting his autograph or getting a picture with him. Up until the last tour, I thought would be nice. I always try to get his autograph, so I would have some more time with him, so he would stay where I am to sign something for me, and then maybe have a little chat. But now I don't know. It's if he wants to talk, he does, and if he doesn't, he doesn't. And yeah, and I have a few autographs, a few really special ones, and I'm happy with that.
Yes,
So yeah.
I yes, I echo everything that you say. It's I don't have any need for any more autographs or pictures with him, or I just would like to have a little conversation, and
Yeah.
and just like you said, it has gotten a lot more normal. It's just, just talking to somebody
Mm.
that you know rather than,
Yeah.
oh, staring. I do remember the very first time though, I just, he looked at me and anything that I had thought I would say just went right out of my head. So I just was like, I've got nothing. There's nothing. So, but
Yeah,
it's,
I think I talked with him a bit for the first time because he stopped, and it was in Italy, in Florence actually, when I met him for the first time, and I was at the backstage exit, and he stopped with his car because I had written him a letter and given him a present via a friend who had won a backstage meeting, and I was dressed up as a lollipop girl.
mm.
because you dress up as characters from Mika's album back at that time.
Right.
And I had given him a lollipop necklace. He was wearing it, and he said, "Oh, that necklace was from you." And I was like, "Yes." And so I don't remember much, but he talked with me, and I think I managed to say a few words. But that was really surprising, also, that he stopped in the car and pulled down his window.
Yeah, that's
So,
very cool. It's very, very cool.
yeah.
Yeah, he,
Because I missed him the first gig I was at in Munich. I didn't know that he would come out to meet fans after the show, so I didn't wait after the show. And I saw a video later that showed that he had met fans. And so I was quite annoyed with myself that I didn't wait.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had seen him, I guess it was the third time that I was seeing him. And the first two times that I saw him, I actually did get to talk to him after the show. So the third time was in New York, and it was a bitter cold. It was February, and it was so cold. And we were waiting for him outside, and he finally came out, and he walked right up to me, and I had thought about what I would say, and he looked right at me, and he said, "We've met before." And that totally caught me off guard, and I
Hmm.
didn't know what to say after that. I was like, "Well, yeah, yeah, we have," and that was it. So it doesn't. I'm not the most outgoing person anyway, and to be like called out like that, I was in shock. I didn't know what to say after that. So, but anyway,
He likes surprising us. That's
yeah,
always
yes. Well,
yeah,
and
his
it just
specialty.
it sort of taught me early on that he has a really good memory for faces
Mm,
anyway. He really
that is
does
well, yes.
remember. Yeah. So, well, I'm gonna bring in I made a little video of myself scrolling through the Strasbourg thread, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with you on here. So let's see if this works and if we can see the video at the same time. Um, well, kind of, huh? I don't know.
Yes, it looks good.
Oh, you can kind of see it. As you can see, we try to organize the thread and put quick links in so you can go straight to photos or reports or videos within the thread. And this is just scrolling through so you can see how it's set up. Also, if there's any things about the show in the news, we post that as well. And this is somebody's report. I don't know if I can pause that. Can I stop that? No. Once the video goes, it goes. Well, I've never done it before, so I wasn't sure. But you can see that we put all of the photos in the thread if you've not been on the forum before. This is a great place to look for all the photos and see the videos. People share their videos, and then they share their impressions of the show. And I think, Karen, your stuff is coming up. There it is. The videos don't show, but
Someone said here they didn't wait for him after the Padua gig, but this year in Padua he didn't come out to meet fans.
mm,
I think he waved from a car, but
yeah, he
so you
wasn't
know he didn't miss much
coming
there.
out. Yeah, he wasn't coming out as much earlier this year.
Yeah,
Um,
well, more than last year, but not much.
right.
Anyway, the forum it might be, Twitter and Instagram, they're a lot faster and you get always fast information
Mhm.
and always the most current stuff. And on the forum, you have to search a bit more, but you have this huge, um, it's like a huge archive of all the Mika stuff that has happened since 2007.
Right.
And that's really what I love about the forum, that you just can find everything on there and you can search on there. On Twitter, if you want to search for some old tweet, you have to scroll through, I think, because you don't have a search function.
Right.
and on the forum you can find it. Or also the tweets were posted there, Mika's tweets that he has written in the past years, and a lot of interviews and stuff, and also what you're showing now on the gig reports. There are all those videos and reports from the shows. So if you have been to any Mika show, you can look on the forum to find it and post your videos there, or look at the videos of other people.
Right. And
so it's quite nice.
And while, Twitter is very immediate, like if I post a tweet, somebody replies to me right away, or maybe a couple hours from now. But with the forum, you can have more than just one or two sentences. You can have a full conversation, and it'll be there. And if you can't get to it tonight, it'll still be there tomorrow, and you won't have to search for it that much. It'll be in this thread, right? And so I feel like it's maybe a little more in depth. And so you can so maybe it's not as instant response, but it's more in depth, and you can I feel like you can share more, and there's Gabri's report, and some of Gabri's photos, I think, close out the end of this video at the end of the page. So unfortunately,
we also have those.
Pardon me? Go ahead.
We also have these song discussion threads about every Mika song. We discuss what we think it might be about, or just what how it makes it feel, how we like it, and I think that's also quite nice to have that about every Mika song. And also the lyrics, the song lyrics on MFC are the best ones, because on some websites, even Mika said it in Zurich, he was asking for the lyrics for "Love You When I'm Drunk" because he spontaneously decided to sing it.
Right.
And he said, "Can someone give me the lyrics, but please not from one of those dodgy websites, because they got it all wrong."
That's exactly right. Yeah, I do feel like, and because we scrutinize the lyrics, and there's so many of us, and sometimes I've even heard things, I would swear he said something, and then you or somebody else will say, no, I thought he was saying something else, and then I go back and I listen, and I'm like, yeah, they're right, that's really what he said. So you have I like this mind, what do I want to call it, like a think tank, all of these people who are looking at it. And so it's not just what one person thinks, it's, all of these people putting in, putting their input in, and I think you get closer to what the lyrics really are. So, and the song discussion.
And also, even in his booklets, they're not correct.
No.
Even in his album booklets.
No, they aren't.
I think it's done by the record company, and they just do what they want. And well, Mika does the music and says, you do the album booklet, and they have to see what they do with it. And it seems they don't really care that much.
Sometimes you have to wonder if they even listened to the same song, the happy ending lyric where they say, "Stumble out my eyes," always gets me. I think, have you ever even listened to the song? But it's not "Stumble Out My Eyes," if anybody thinks that's what it is. It's "Stumbled on My Life." Anyway, my one of my little pet peeves. So, but you were talking about the song discussions, and somebody here was, talking about Stardust and why they thought it was the best song. That's the kind of discussion that we can have on the forum, so you can get a little more in depth and actually, talk about things of substance instead of just 280 characters tweet or whatever. So yeah,
exactly. And about the Strasbourg gig, because we wanted to talk about that, I've written in my report that I've just read a bit of it. I've got it here on my computer screen. That the gig was so intense in the sense that everything seemed a little bit bright and more beautiful, colorful, energetic, emotional. I guess that was because everyone on and off stage felt that it was special because it was the last one in this part of the world for several months. We didn't know for how long. Well,
right.
It was really special, and Mika said on stage that the stage set with the rainbow floor would be destroyed. I didn't understand it when I was there, but people told me afterwards. It's also on the thread. I posted videos because I filmed mostly what he was talking at the gig. I don't understand much French. I understand a few bits and pieces, but I don't understand all the details. So I was posting the videos, and there were people on the thread translating them. So I knew what he was saying, and others as well.
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the benefits of having, so many different people. You've got people that speak a lot of different languages that can always help if you have, if you're not clear on something. And I'm hopeless with French, so I really rely on all the French speaking fans to bail me out. So yeah.
And also the subtitling team, I think you mentioned them several times on the other lives, and they translate everything. Thanks to them I could watch the Casa Mika, and that was really wonderful. I think it's so special. I thought at the time when he said he was doing Casa Mika, I thought, well, another TV show in Italian, I won't understand it. It's probably not very interesting. And then I went to one of the recordings, and it was like entering Mika's world there,
Right.
And I think also when you watch it on TV, it's like being part of his world for those 2 hours that this show lasts.
Yes. Yeah, I did watch. I mean, I understand enough Italian that I could appreciate and enjoy those shows. So yeah, I look forward to X Factor because it will be in Italian and I'll be able to understand it a little bit. But I know it's not going to be quite the same as Casa Mika was. So
don't understand Italian much more than French, but I'm trying to learn it at least.
But that's good. See that Mika is causing us to get outside our comfort zones and broaden our horizons a bit, right? So,
it's true. I had French at school for a few years, but I never learned Italian. But now in the last few years, since Mika speaks Italian, I understand it about as well as French, even though I never learned it at school.
Right. When Mika first started speaking in Italian, I understood everything he said, because he clearly was at the same level as me, but now his vocabulary is so, it's so good, and
he starts talking so fast now.
Yeah. Right.
Also in Italian. Someone is asking here, do we know the code for watching subtitled videos? For some of them, you need a password, and it's on the forum.
Right. Yeah, they post it. They post the password.
But not for all of them. I think for the ones on Vimeo you need one, and for the ones on YouTube you don't, or something. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. You might be right.
Anyway,
but like
it's so on the thread. If you click on it, or if you see it on the thread, it says if you need a password or not.
Right. So you may not need the password to watch the video, but you do need to be registered on the forum to get to the thread where they post the videos. So you need to have a Mika Fan Club account.
Do you actually need an account for? Is it in the members only part? I thought it was in the public.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah.
I know it because I'm always logged in, so
that's right.
I wouldn't know which is members only.
Yeah. So David is saying, I come from Italy and I'm very happy after 5 years Mika returns to be the judge of X Factor. Well, sure. I mean, it'll be good to see him on TV, and
I would be happy if he did that in Germany. So anything in your own language, I think you can be very happy about that he's coming to your country and speaks the language. I think that's quite nice.
Yes, I mean, I always breathe a sigh of relief when he speaks in English, because then I don't have to work so hard. So I understand, yeah. But
and he always makes an effort at the gigs. I remember at the gigs back in 2007, 2008. He always in every country he spoke the language, or he tried to speak the language. Also later, even at the gigs in 2000.
Absolutely, yeah. No matter what country. I mean, if he was in a Spanish-speaking country, he spoke Spanish. If he was in the Netherlands, I think he tried to speak Dutch. He
Exactly.
always,
And
he,
Germany spoke German, yeah.
yeah, it may not have been, pages and pages, but he did make an effort
Mm.
to have a few phrases. And
Mm. In 2010, he really surprised me with some of the German words he said on stage because it seemed really spontaneous. I mean, in 2007,
mhm,
it was clear that he had rehearsed it. I think he even had it on his piano, like a little
right.
sheet, so he could read it. But in 2010, it sounded really spontaneous. I don't know if he had in his ear someone who was translating for him or
Maybe.
whatever. Or maybe he just learned a bit, but that was quite amazing.
He seems to
Some
be,
of the things he said there.
yeah, he seems to be very clever with languages, though. So I
Yeah.
think, he probably just, picks up a couple phrases and has them. So Angela says, can we get it in the States? Can you get what in the States? Can you get Vimeo? Can you get the videos? I'm not sure what you're asking about, Angela. Um, so let me know and I'll answer.
Mm.
But um, yeah, um, he is very keen on speaking languages. Yeah, and I think he's good at it. I used to think that I would learn a lot of languages, and I really wanted to, and then I just never did, and I'm really regretting it now. So yeah, because I would really, I did take, I was an Italian minor in college, so I had like 4 years of it, and I was actually a teacher's aide in Italian. So I've really lost a lot of that, but I wish I spoke a little French better than I do.
Yeah.
So
Michel says in Zurich, he said eins, zwei, drei. I think that's one of his standards. Also, gute Nacht or something, that's like some phrases he just knows them in different languages. But that's also like we do in different languages, buongiorno or buonanotte, something like that.
right, yeah,
Merci. Some things you just know in different languages.
yeah. I try to know at least, hello, goodbye, please, thank you. Like I can do it in a lot of different languages, just those few phrases, but
Mm.
not to have a and that the danger is if you do that, people think you know the language and then try to have a conversation. So, but
Well,
somebody said, oh, so Angela says, X Factor, can we get it in the US? Um, I don't think we'll be able to, well, I'm not sure. I can't remember if I streamed it live last time. That was five
I
years.
think it's pay TV. It's on Sky, and I looked. I'm not sure if you can get what's it called, a subscription for a foreign Sky
Yeah, I'm not
channel.
sure.
I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah, I can't remember,
But I
but
think
I'm sure.
the last time. I think the last time it was on free TV later, after the first time when it was on Sky. I think then later, a few months later, it was on free TV. Maybe it's possible to watch it there then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Italian free
Yeah,
TV.
I'm not sure this year, but I'm sure we'll get to see at least parts of it. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't, I can't remember. 5 years ago is a while. I can't remember. Um, I saw a few other questions, and so I was just going to try to answer. Oh, which song do you like least? Erase. It's my least favorite. It's really my least favorite.
I think for
So
me, it's by the time. I
by
don't
the
like it.
time, well,
Mm.
yeah, it's okay. I like Imogene heaps, so um, and I have to say, Erase really is. I don't know what it is about the song. I just don't care for it. I don't like the way he sings it. I don't like the lyrics. I don't like anything about it. But
I like
um,
it.
what's that? Do you like
I
it?
like it, Grace. Yeah.
I know, but I remembered I was looking through old things, and I came across when he first did "Blame It on the Weather" with Ida, and I really, really didn't like it then. But later he took it and he gave it French lyrics, and it's actually a very pretty song, but it was just something about the English lyrics with it that really bothered
Mm.
me. So that's probably my
I
second
think
least favorite.
I think that's when you're not a native English speaker, you don't listen so much to the lyrics when you first listen to a song,
Yeah,
because when you grow up as a child, you don't speak English, you don't understand English, you just hear the music,
right,
and so that's what you hear first, and then the lyrics come later. Then
right.
so
Well,
it didn't bother me. I
I will
heard
listen to
the
it.
Blame It on the Weather live, and it was quite nice.
I will listen to it with the French lyrics, but I just would never with the English lyrics. I don't know. Uh,
And
so
I think Beautiful Disaster is also my one of my least favorite
I
Mika
kind of
songs.
like that. I don't know. That's kind of
I
grown
mean,
on me.
yeah.
So yeah, it's funny how, like I said, things one day, oh, I really love this. The next day, you're, oh, I really love this song. So it's very changeable. So I hope I see someone from Latin America saying that they're sad Mika didn't make it to Lollapalooza, and I agree. I mean, I think he was really looking forward to it as well, and it's a shame that that all got canceled, and I think he will really try make an effort to go back, come back over this way and go to both North and South America
Mm.
and Latin America. And we just have to be patient and wait for things to settle down a little bit, I guess. So unfortunately, we're not there yet. so, um, so hi, Emmy Evergreen. Some people coming in kind of late. Hello, oh, Trini from Chile. Um,
Someone asked what we think about Cry, and I think it grew on me. I didn't like it. Was my least favorite song. I think it still is my least favorite song on the current album, but I don't skip it anymore because
mhm.
it's kind of addictive. The song is like, yeah, you just gets in your head, and
Yeah,
it's okay, and it's yeah.
there's little things in it that I really like, like
Mm.
he just like little things in the background that I hear, and I like it. I like. There's not one song on the new album that I skip. I love them all. I must say. I think it's
Mm.
a in its totality. I think it's probably my favorite album today. Anyway,
Yeah,
my favorite album.
mine mine
so
also definitely.
so I don't know. Oh, I know some people are saying they love Erase and they love Blame It on the Weather. I'm sorry. I know. And
Yeah, everyone has different
there's probably a
tastes.
few of my favorites that you don't like, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mika. Don't love them all. but I still love him, so that probably makes
I
up
think
for
we're
it.
running out of time, aren't we?
We
It's
are. I don't have the timer hasn't, oh, it just popped up now. I have 2 minutes left.
okay.
So, well, thank you for joining me today, Karen. That was really
Well,
nice
thank you.
to have somebody to talk along with. And
Mhm.
I
It's nice to chat.
hope we've convinced some of you to come over to Mika Fan Club if you haven't ventured over to mikafanclub.com um, and get involved in some of the discussions over there. I am going to put together a series of screenshots, sort of like a little tutorial for people, and have the translation team translate it in a couple languages for me. And we'll post that on social media so people can um, register over there if they haven't yet. Because I guess if you don't speak English, we do have parts of it, the registration process in Italian, but not all of it, and some of it I think is in French, but not all of it. So we'll try to do that. And well, like I said, I'll probably not do this next Wednesday, but maybe Tuesday or Thursday, and we'll see. And is there anything else, Karen? I'll let you have the
I'm
last
looking
word.
forward to the next time. It's
Okay.
always fun.
Well, I really appreciate you joining in today. And thank you all. We have 39 seconds, so I will just say so long, everybody. Take good care
Bye,
and
everyone.
stay safe. And we'll see you next week, one way or the other. Maybe it's Facebook Watch Party. Maybe it'll be this live at a different time. But have a good week until then and take care of yourselves. Ciao. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.